All right, so gonna do a water change today. I'm using this 55-gallon barrel. I'm gonna be doing gravel backing. I wanna get specifically in front of that pagoda in the sand inside that cave. And I'd like to do behind the reef as well, but I can't get this barrel to fit through that doorway, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna kind of work over the front, over the top. This is kind of an interesting thing. So the sea bay had a bleach spot over there, and it has moved to here, which means that the sea bay has pivoted in its spot, which isn't unusual, but I've never noticed any kind of rotation when it came to this animal. I don't know if you can pick it up, but in the sand there is some brown, like diatom stuff from me messing with the sand bed, but it's not enough to make me worried. So that's what I pulled out, which I'm not even surprised. I am working my way through different pockets of sand that I've not been able to get to in the past. And fortunately, with the acrylic support system, the rockwork doesn't move no matter how much I do gravel backing. So technically I could have done it sooner, but the general rule of thumb was always never touch a deep sand bed. So this is just gonna be like massive spring cleaning after so many years. I'm not quite ready, but I will be turning that valve here in a moment to take water out of here that's being pumped by a vector pump straight into the sump. And I'm gonna disperse it through a filter sock because there is some detritus in the sump and I'm not vacuuming it right now. And I don't want to kick it all up and create a giant storm in the tank. Looking at the anemone cube, it looks amazing in comparison to the reef, the way the colors are popping right now. And that's only because that dirty water hasn't migrated into this tank over here. So there's something I wish that the Apex would do, which I don't think it does. When I push this button right down here, this blue one, it turns off everything for about 40 minutes. And I would love to know where I am in the timer right now so I can just basically wait 5 minutes and start putting more water back in the tank. But I don't have any idea when I'm at the end of that time. If I knew the time left, I could decide what to do next. Instead, it's like I want to just activate the return pump and start pumping water into the tank from the sump and adding more new salt water into the sump. But now I'm like, do I wait? Do I rush it? You know, what's next? I found some mojanos on the bottom side of this rock that has a big old chalice on it. So I'm gonna just remove those right now. Okay, great. So while I was working in the tank, kind of getting sand off of some of the corals that were semi-buried, the return pump came back on, which is what I wanted. And now it's drawing water out of the sump. So now I can go ahead and turn on the salt water over here and send some water in from the big poly tank to replenish what's being used up. I definitely want to fix this spot right now. I'm going to move a couple of corals and kind of level out this sand so it's a little bit nicer, and maybe try and grab a credit card quickly and just clean out this ugly part. That looks a lot better. I still have one patch of Montipora to remove from the glass right here, but I've got the rest of it cleaned up. I moved this Monty over here. I moved the moon coral over here. I got to rescue a Fungia that's upside down. And I put this chalice up here off the sand to kind of open up all the back. I like it. I went ahead and kind of scrubbed down the front of the frag tank as well because there's quite a few corals in there, so I could actually see them. Jack is getting really impatient with me. Oh, I'm tired. Okay, so quick fun fact that happened while I was reaching in there to move that Fungia. I think the cleaner rats just tried to clean me. The last part is to pump this out. So I have a Mag 9.5 in there, I think. Maybe it's Mag 12, I don't know. And I just sent it down the driveway. Tomorrow I'm going to show you a trick, and I'm going to use that Live Aquarius 6-in-1 tool. I'm going to show you something pretty neat that works along the front of the glass, and so you can look forward to that. Just got back from Jack's walk. It's been about 20 minutes, so this is what the tank looks like. And up here on top somewhere, there's a little frag plug that you probably can't see. It's behind that lime in the sky. And what happened was a little tiny piece broke off of this coral that refuses to grow. And I said, I'm not gonna waste it. So I glued that little frag onto a frag plug and put it on the top of the rock work for later. Maybe it'll turn into something.